minimum of 2 different themes in your book. Cite multiple and specific examples from the book that supports this theme. So should we just go answer each question theme by theme?
I imagine, yeah. So we all did competition, it seems, because it's the entire book, literally from the prologue, where when they have the speech, there's a quote, and it's, everyone my age remembers where they were and what they were doing when the first first heard about the Easter like contest and stuff. So that is literally what kicked off this theme of competition throughout this, is the high reward that they were going to get.
Yeah, the whole book's pretty much about a competition.
Yeah. Game competition.
What examples do you have? Cite.
How people would always say he said in the beginning how him and H over the years developed a friendly rivalry, and that kind of pushed them both to be better.
Yeah, I have that same one, and then also it says items in the Oasis had just as like the same value as it did in the real world. So like it was just kind of like everyone is always competing against each other to have like the best things.
Yeah, they could spend less time in the real world and still gain like actual things in the virtual world that they could use, and it was better than the real world. So that brought out a lot of competition, I'd say. Speaking of competition between H and Wade, between Wade and Artemis, there's a quote in chapter 9 where it was like, competition brings out the best in me, where Artemis said that as she found out Wade beat her at jousts, and then she beat was in second place after beating the Lich, that's what it's called, at jousts.
Yeah, between like Wade and Artemis, I said like it was kind of competition when she broke up with him because she wanted to like win. So she broke it off until the hunt was over.
And then towards the end, I would say there's this quote, I no longer cared that we were supposed to be rivals. And that's when I would say the theme of competition started to kind of disappear, and the theme of friendship kind of appeared more so. And I imagine we'll get onto that.
Yeah, I agree. Just like basically the Gunter is like, if you're a Gunter, you're not like trying to give away any information, so you always have like this like sense of, I don't know, like urgency with like what you're saying, because you don't want to tell someone the wrong thing.
Right.
Is that like a competition
No,
about competition? Okay.
Yeah, so find a minimum of one connection to another book you have read this semester or before. Explain how these two things are connected. Cite multiple and specific examples to support your response. Okay, so I said, like I used to quote, I told them our conversation had ended with a bomb detonating at my house address, and I said that's kind of like in the road because it's like either you kill or you like be killed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're just trying to like knock the computer out, whether like you're gonna use them for food or you just like want to beat them. I thought they're like related.
I related kind of just the entire book to the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I did as well.
Because there's the whole competition to live, really.
Yeah,
in
the
Hunger
alternate
Games.
future competition.
And yeah, in both books, if you win the competition, you get a better life.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you become an all-powerful god in the Oasis. But yeah. Move on to friendship.
No, next question.
So yeah, wait. So do we do?
No, we have it says on the other side that we have to do two.
And then like just a connection of the book to another book.
Yeah.
Or is it the theme to another book?
No, it's just a book.
It's just a book.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Mine's still kind of connected to the themes, but
Yeah, the Hunger Games
Yeah,
competition definitely.
I went under the themes and answered all the questions based on the theme.
Okay.
That was not even fun.
That's not what I did.
That's not what I did.
Okay. I was just. That's. Should we just do friendship? now?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go friendship.
Alright. So I guess like friendship is like. It's like really weird in the story, I guess, because
They don't
like
actually see
they
each
don't
other.
actually, yeah, they don't actually like really know each other in real
Mhm.
life. So it's like kind of like a weird, like, I don't know.
It's so odd. Like I don't know how to explain it. I guess like some teenagers could have like the same issue like today.
Right.
It's like if you're playing like online video games, you might know some kids from different parts of the country. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I just quote was like, it was when Lloyd said, "I never had such a powerful immediate connection with another human being before, not even with age." And that was about Arby's.
Yeah.
That was like really weird because once again he has no idea who this person even is.
And that was kind of him not confessing that he loved her, but that he really liked her and that they were becoming really good friends, even more so than H, which was that actually surprised me. I'm surprised they didn't hang out all three of them, but I guess the top three Gunters on the leaderboard hanging out would not be productive, I guess, because they wouldn't want to share each other's stuff. But yeah, no. I was talking about that. My quote is, "It hit off immediately because we shared the same interest between H and Wade when they first kind of met,
Yeah.
long before the, or not. I wouldn't say long before the contest, but before the contest, and then they decided that they're gonna be solos but still friends. So I think that shows friendship as well.
Yeah, like they're only like friends in like the virtual world,
And so like I don't know, it's like really weird. Like whenever he's not in the Oasis, he's kind of like really lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one quote that said, you've totally screwed up your whole life when the only person you talk to is your system agent software. Like he has no friends in the real world, but in the Oasis he has H and others and stuff like that.
I would be friends with Max Headroom as well, but that would be awesome. Yeah.
The best quote I had was at the end he said, "I never would have gotten this far on my own. I need your help."
And you literally couldn't.
Yeah, because we needed the three people to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
You needed friends in order to finish the competition.
You really all that, but
It just shows how friendship is still needed, even though you are working solo. You still need other people in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of talked about, there's a quote that says, I was on a roll in less than 6 months. I'd managed to wreck both of my closest friendships, and like I think it's good that like he acknowledges that he like wrecked both of his closest friendships, and that like he had to start like working it out. You know.
Yeah. At least, yeah, he fessed up to it. It's not like he didn't know what he did.
Mhm.
He knew exactly what he did. Now, that's kind of a good sign of a friendship, is when you know how you pissed your friend off and make them mad at you for months at a time, even though that's probably a little excessive. At least for me, that would be excessive, but yeah. So let's go back to connections to other books.
Yeah. So my connection for another book was I connected to Into the Wild, which is that I've read previously. I connected it to that because like I see it as like both like the main characters like they abandon like the real world
Mm-hmm.
and like try to find like a search for something better. So basically, in Ready Player One, you're trying to find the egg and get like money and stuff like that. And Into the Wild, like finding the beauty of like your inner soul, which is like one of the quotes in that. And one of the quotes I used from Ready Player One was, "I wouldn't go outside again until I complete like the quest." It's like just like this determination to find that's something better.
Yeah, I want to really well.
It still relates to the Hunger Games and friendship because when Katniss uses PETA as friends to win.
Oh right. Yeah, that
Because
works.
she still, I mean, she probably wouldn't want without him, but
Wow. I see how you don't like Peel, do you?
useless.
Yes, it was. Okay. Really
But
interesting.
they still helped each other through the games.
Right.
I said earlier about like the road, but I connected like friendship in like the glass castle because she didn't really have any friends until she met like gosh, I don't remember her name. The one like black girl, you know?
I remember.
Danita?
Yeah,
Something like that? Oh.
like they weren't like friends, but like she was like the closest thing she had to a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know, that's kind of how it is in the book. Like you don't know the people, but like they're the closest thing you have to a friend.
Right. So my second one, you probably haven't even read this book, but there's this book called Leviathan, and it's basically I related it to how H hid her identity as a white male in the Oasis, and in that book there's a character called Darren, and she hides on this crew of like I don't even remember what they called themselves, but it was like a military, but there was no girls allowed, so she hid herself as a boy on a ship and connected those two to yeah.
All right.
Number 3 then.
Yep, three.
All right. I know I connected this to high school. This quote to high school, but I wouldn't say it relates to me because this definitely isn't me. But I feel like for some kids, high school can be like a really like tough time in your life, whether your like self-esteem is low or you're shy, you don't like make many friends. So it was what Wade said. He said I was painfully shy, awkward kid with low self-esteem and almost no social skills. And I feel like some people who go throughout high school with like I don't know, keeping to themselves, they don't really talk to many people.
Mm.
There's also like kind of competition in high school because I think they're getting rid of it now, but class rank, everyone's like trying to be better than their friends in class rank.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's this some people that don't care, like the people that don't go for the Easter egg.
People are giving up on the Easter egg.
Yeah.
I have a quote that says, "You're my best friend, H, my only friend." To be honest, I said like, there's like a lot of kids who like relate to that. Because some kids like only have like one to like three friends that like they say they're close to, and like I have friends, but I only have like a couple of close friends that I would like actually call my friend. So I guess I kind of related to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I related it more personally to myself how, but all the games that they were playing, all the movies that they watched and stuff is similar to what I like to watch. But that's just kind of more of a personal life of a high school senior. That's what I do. So I connected that to the just his entire goal or holidays like entire goal of getting people to like the 80s. And I really like the 80s and I like history, so that interests me. So I do that.
Yeah. I also related to like high school seniors when Wade was still going to school in the Oasis. He said my only plan after graduation was to become a full-time gunter. Uh, I feel like many high schoolers like look forward to the future and like they look forward to pursuing whatever they want to do.
Right.
So I should relate to that.
Yeah, so I would try to relate the Oasis to like the kind of MMO kind of games that we have now. Now friends can play with each other in a game at home, but this is like 1,000 times more in depth than anything we have nowadays.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised in the future if something like this were to actually develop. But so I kind of connected that. Good connection, but enjoying yourself?
With your with fries.
Uh,
Is that even like Is there more? Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, sweet.